up, Wheatfield? What up, y'all? Sweet. I feel like this camera need to be adjusted a little bit just so y'all can have more view on the table. Whatever. Uh, Thank y'all so much for tapping in, for joining us here on the Tears and We Tarot show. Where you show enough, never know what you're gonna get. Today is August the 12th, I think it is. And so this is the rising message. Yes, it's Tuesday, August the 12th. But whenever you get this, it's good for now, beloved. Um, we are a channeled messenger, a spiritual reader, and we're going to bring a message for you guys. The Alpha and Omega gonna bring it because we, you know, they the ones that bringing it. It's not us. Today feels kind of odd. I don't know, but today feels kind of odd. No barking from the dogs, no small. And mama cooked the breakfast, no hog. I wish somebody would. Some breakfast sound good. We usually don't eat until like after 12 EST. So yeah, I feel like we're getting these astrology cards. 111 just went by, you know. So 111 might be significant. Somebody might be seeing the numbers 111. Yeah, we're gonna get some astrology cards out and see what's going on. Thank you so much for tapping in. I appreciate you. Great day to you. We are getting things a little bit situated. Not for sure what the spirit is going to bring quite yet, beloved. But we were getting the download channel message of somebody can go it alone. It's saying that spirit said, know thyself and be determined. Something like that. Know thyself and be determined. So I'm getting like somebody, hey sis, hey Michelle, welcome. I missed you, beloved. Thank you guys for tapping in. Who else is here? Hi, hey Cosmic, how are you? I hope you guys are doing great today. Yeah, for some reason I can't get the comments to stay like pinned up there. Yeah, you know what? Michelle, I'm so glad you're having a great day, Cosmic. Michelle, Veronica and I figured out how to do a joint live so you know that you are on the roster to for us to do a joint live. It's posted to the community page if you want to check it out. It's a 3-hour freaking live. We had a great time though. You a little bit under the weather? Oh, you know what? I feel really down right now. Like my energy feels so heavy. Like it's giving the energy of lethargy. And that came out in yesterday's live. And it also came out in this shuffle with this little deck again. We shuffled it and it's on the bottom. So, when we were trying to figure out what was the spirit telling us today, we were thinking about a couple things. We're thinking about Mercury retrograde is just ending, right? So we're going into the post retrograde energy. Stomach bug. Wow. You're feeling like that too? Yeah, it's definitely a pull in the atmosphere. Like the energy is just weird. It's very heavy. And so yesterday we wanted to be very inspirational and motivating and we affirming, and today it was like, man, did something get upset with us because we were affirming all of our wonderful greatness? Like what the heck is going on? Because after the message it just felt like my energy drained out. I definitely was like not feeling well. I was feeling nauseous and you know these little knots underneath my skin were coming up from the accident and I'm like, oh crap. So we went to urgent care and they sent us to the hospital to get checked out again. Thank goodness, no internal injuries, but they were concerned about a potential internal bleed or blood clots. So they had to make sure that we didn't have a blood clot. So yeah, we were in the ER from. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Your prayers mean so much to me. We were in the ER until from 3 o'clock in the afternoon till like 9 something in the evening. And we just kept going through all of these waves of emotions. And it's kind of bleeding into today's message, so I'm sharing a testimony. Testimony to Terrell. Y'all know how it is, right? So let's just talk about it. We were in the ER and we were by ourselves. We were in so much pain. Like the pain was just like this shooting pains. It's like then we started to cry and we felt alone. Like we felt alone, but we didn't feel alone, right? It was like we know our spirit team is there. Like I could feel their comfort. I can even feel them rocking me, like soothing me. But it was something about not having anybody there for like physical support to like hold your hand. To you know, just again the word support is just coming through. I'm seeing it so clearly. So somebody might feel like you don't have a lot of support around you. So that was yesterday. We got home, everything. We got ourselves to bed. It was fine. And then today we were got up and we were feeling this energy. Like, what is this energy? And it's just like this low. We even went outside and ground. Like we have a little kiddie pool, and so we turned it upside down. But then it rained, so the water got on the underside, right? And so we had to flip it over and get that water out and then try to put it in the garage because we don't want to get rain on again. And so our feet is in the ground, we're barefoot, touching the dirt, looking at the garden. We're like, we need to harvest some spinach, we need to harvest some basil, all these things. Hello, thank you so much for tapping in. I appreciate you. Looks like it, I can't say your name, I apologize. SAT or I don't want to butcher it, but thank you so much for tapping in. So we did do some earthing. We did do, a little bit like getting connected to the earth and trying to boost up the spirit. We were out there for a good 10-15 minutes, so that's enough for us to kind of let the earth rejuvenate the body. And then when we came in, we were still like this heavy feeling. So I'm like, okay, this is messaging. And Spirit gave us the date 8:30. I don't know what the date August 30th is. They actually took us to the cell phone and to the calendar and selected the date August 30th. So August 30th is significant for somebody. I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's definitely giving me something in terms of foresight for that. All that to say is we came in, we turned on the phone because we're getting ready to start the music so we can start the live, get into the zone, shuffle up the table, feel the energy. And we saw a picture of this young man, a viral photo, where he was walking to his graduation by himself. And I thought, damn, that feels the same energy. The picture is so inspiring, but it's kind of eerie and sad at the same time. Because you see this young man, African American teenager. He's got his cap, not his cap on. I think he was carrying the cap, but he had the gown on, and you could see the little white lapel. Oh, yeah. If you feel like that, you can stick around and see if that's how you feel. Watch the spirit affirm the message. So he had his cap and gown on. So this is a real picture. Like, you guys can go to the internet and see this, right? And he's walking to his graduation, and the picture went viral because he's walking by himself. There's no big to do, no graduation ceremony, like people around him with the cards and the honking and the big send off. There was none of that, right? This person was just walking to graduation, like, I'm gonna get there. And then I came across a quote from Prince Nelson. Y'all know Prince, Mr. Nelson, and it said to know yourself, right? To know you, and don't let anybody try to define you for you. It's given. Hopefully the live is okay, like the audio is good. So let me know if we're having any audio interruptions. But it's given like to know yourself and to focus on who you are becoming. So that is really what I'm getting. So Spirit wants you to focus on you, to be determined. And I got the message that sometimes we have to go at it alone. You know what I'm saying? Oh wow. Yeah, you know what? I was feeling a purple like intuition, like spiritual grounding, like holding the vision. And we actually caught the time at 111, which was giving me three wands, which was giving again like hold the vision. I see three and three appearing now. So it's definitely like, something with the number three. And I'm almost feeling like two halves coming together is getting giving you knowing who you are, being determined to move towards the vision, and the vision moving towards you, and you will meet in the middle. And that's kind of like what we've been bringing over the last couple of days, like what you want you to, and you need to be determined and focused to get there. And that means like get through hard situations, you know what I mean? Like whether you are having support or not. Another thing that's coming to mind, we seeing flowers today. So if you feel a little down, a little lethargic, try and find a flower, something pretty today, and like focus on that. Lift your vibration is what it's giving. I'm feeling that too, vibrations. So let's pull those cards out. Get that deck of cards. Yeah, so lift your vibrations. Focus on something pretty. We are doing iced coffee today. Confirmation. We'll make a big pot of coffee, and if we don't drink it all, we'll take the rest of it, pour it in a pitcher, and save it for iced coffee. Hey, Miss Monica, thank you so much for tapping in. I appreciate you. Look, Libra is here. Balance, energy. But Libra does have a thing with communication, right? So I don't know if it's Mercury retrograde or something, or you may be getting a message or a form of communication. And for somebody, it's going to be by August 30th. August 30th is going to be significant. Thank you so much, Miss Monica, for tapping in. I appreciate you. It says Libra, diplomatic, intelligent, and social. Libras are all about balance. Represented by the scales and ruled by Venus, they prefer steady relationships that are full of shared experiences. They take their partnerships to the next level of seriousness and expect the exact same in return. Definitely give a reciprocity. We were getting the three and three, like two halves coming together. What you want wants you to, right? It's giving that energy. So that could be relative in relationships. It could be towards your destiny, your goal, what you're looking to achieve, and it's given like again that knowingness of who you are, the vision that has been given onto you, and staying very convicted in what it is you need to do to achieve it. Even if you have to do it by yourself, beloved. That young man was walking to graduation by himself. I saw another thing yesterday that was very very interesting. It was like how teachers get mad because a student doesn't have a pencil, and it went through a list like I had to get myself up and get dressed today because nobody else was there to wake me up. Right, I had to wake my siblings up and get them dressed because our mother wasn't home. I had to dig through the dirty clothes to find something to wear because no one washed the clothes. And it was like went through all of these things to get to school to eat breakfast and then get into the classroom, and the first thing the teacher does is complain because they don't have a pencil. It's like you don't know what I had to go through just to sit in this seat. It was, and now for some reason I feel emotional for somebody because it's giving that same energy like people who persevere. I'm hearing Tupac, against all odds, like you persevere against all odds. And wow, because when I was laying in the ER yesterday, y'all, I was thinking about this. Like, you are by yourself, right? Like, there's nobody here to hold your hand and to help you. And I'm thinking, or to support you and to be there to comfort you. You have your spirit team, but sometimes a physical person, like that physical touch is something that you need, right? I'm hearing Marvin Sapp. I think it's his name, and the name of the song is "You Don't Want to Know." Right? You just don't want to know that song, and then there it says I know the spirit is with me, but at times a human touch is what I need, right? And it's like being in that space where you need to feel like you need to have connectivity with somebody, even though you know you have your spirit team to support you and to help you. Sometimes that human physical touch, is important, right? It's giving like the two hearts here that's on the compassion. We're not built to really just do this thing simply by ourselves where we don't feel touched, we don't feel hugged, we don't feel loved, right? If you have an infant that is not held, is not hugged, is not comforted, the brain wires itself very different. And all these thoughts are going through my head yesterday, and I'm like, wow, all this stuff is coming together. And then I thought, in your soul contract, did you decide that you were going to do this by yourself? Like, did you challenge yourself and be like, you know what? Last time we had, so yes, human connection is essential. It is, right? Um, did you decide in your soul contract that you like was gonna challenge yourself and be like, you know what, I got this, I can do it, I can do it. Just first of all, we are 5'10" and we stand out. Like, I can show you a picture of me and my family. And not only am I 5'10", which is, tall for a woman, but at the same time, my family is short as shit. So we look like it's crazy, like how big of a difference it is. Like, you guys, I'm just gonna show y'all this picture real quick. Can y'all see that? Y'all see my head standing on top of over everybody else? I'm at least a whole head taller than everybody, right? And it feels like I'm always separated by a certain level of degree, right? The air is different where I'm at. Nobody can, again, ain't nobody, we ain't exchanging shit. We not, like, I'm set aside, like completely set aside. But then again, it's almost like I'm so tall you can't miss me, right? How could you? How could you, right? Stand out energy. But how can you sometimes feel like you're a person that stands out naturally, but also is very invisible? All of that came to me yesterday. I don't know why. And we purged too. Like, I'm so glad for the releasing because it had to be. I'm getting like by my own volition that I decide to sign up to come here and test self to do this. And it's given like pretty much by myself. Spirit team, yeah. See, I'm getting this. They make me stop. See this from a higher perspective. Everything in my life has challenged me to not only dig into myself, to be self-reliant, self-sufficient, to be very tenacious, assertive, and ambitious. It's giving me that young man that was walking to graduation by himself. Like, he didn't have anybody to drive him. He didn't have a cheerleader, people holding up signs, congratulations, graduate, nothing. This young man was determined to be who he knew he could be, like that vision of self. And there was nothing going to stop him. And I could just feel the adversity that he had to push through in order to get to that point. And it was like, wow, if he continues that and continues to develop that character and that strength, there's no telling who he could be, right? And it's like, shit, yeah. Wisdom within. And of course, this higher perspective is just hanging out. So I'm definitely thinking about balance. I'm seeing Libra here with the balance. Thank you to the Most High God for bringing this message to Alpha and Omega. Thank you for allowing it to be self-edifying onto self first and foremost. As we are strengthened to bear the yoke that is on our shoulders, we seek to overflow. We ask it to go out into your wheat field and have you magnetize them to this space. Have them hear, have them see, have them receive so that they may be spiritually strengthened to bear the yoke you have placed upon their shoulders. Have them overflow. And we meet in the middle. I'm thinking of unity. I'm seeing the word compassion. I'm getting balance. I'm getting a knowingness to know thyself, to be so convicted in who you know that you are, beloved, that it doesn't matter about anybody else. It doesn't matter. See, honesty is the best policy. Always be honest with you. If you are honest with you and who you know you could be, what you want, what you're driving towards, beloved, then that's what you will get back from the ether, from the universe. You will get the reality that matches that vision that the spirit has given you. You put out the work and it's going to come back in. It's giving me values, it's giving me morality, right? It's giving integrity, it's giving like communication and Libra, right? It's giving the truth, right? It's giving the justice, like the absolute truth. Yeah, relationships are assignments. And I'm getting the mirroring reflection of like the two butterflies. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely like the people that we connect to, the families that we are born into. All of it is a part of our assignment, and it's doing something for us. And that purpose is like preparation in that to meet your purpose. It's giving relationships, assignments where you're being dropped into, family, even the friends that you connect to, relationships and lovers and everything that you experience is a part of the track. It's given like you signed up for it, right? So that you can develop into who you are destined to be, to meet the end of the contract week. And these relationships are required to give you something. It's given character development. It's giving character development. So you see things from a higher perspective. And I'm getting choose kindness. Kindness was big yesterday. They were really honing in on like, give a smile, do something nice for somebody without expecting anything in return. So I'm still feeling that energy, like choose kindness. But right now I'm getting really be kind to yourself. Right? Unfortunately, when we start to realize, fortunately, when we start to realize that some of these relationships are assignments, right? And when everybody always be saying, "Oh, I got the assignment, I understood the assignment," did we? Did we? Right? Because these relationships is assignments. So did we get it? When we connected to that karmic person, that one that was supposed to bring us a lesson, the one that was supposed to awaken us, the one that was supposed to show us who we are. Just like this mirror, right? That reflection. Because, see, every person that I meet reflects a portion of self back to me. It reflects a version, a piece of myself back to me. So if I could see them, or if I could see myself through them, then I'm getting the assignment. I'm getting a lesson. I could take it. But if I look at this other person like, oh, I couldn't have did that, I couldn't be them, then you'd have missed it. You didn't get the assignment. Because every assignment, every relationship is a mirror reflection of self. We reflect self back to each other. When you look at me and you deal with me, then you are dealing with a reflection of yourself. The same way in reverse, right? The same way this one is reflecting, this one is reflecting. So what are we destined to learn from each other? Why did we connect? What was the assignment, right? And did we really get it? Which is why reflection is so important, right? Understanding this and looking at it from a higher perspective. So what could it have meant for that young man to be born in a family with no support? You know what I mean? Getting himself up, ready for school every day, making sure that, he can find something to wear where he probably won't be bullied and teased, or even learning how to do his own fucking laundry. You know what I mean? Like, look, I got to take care of me. I'm cooking my own meals. I'm doing my own laundry. I'm making sure I get to school. I'm making sure, that I am pursuing my dreams because I'm looking at my environment and I refuse to do any of this shit. Because that's oftentimes what it is. I know that was what it was for us. We was like, we not doing this. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. We are changing. We're growing. We're moving the needle forward. We're going to push the cycle forward. We going past this. Like, it was like, hell no, we will not continue this cycle. We always knew that we were going to leave home. We knew we were not going to live in the state that we were in. And we took the first opportunity. Not really. I got to back that up. That's a lie. That's a whole lie. we had a kiddo outside of high school, and we figured the best way to be responsible was to work. So we worked, and we worked odd jobs, you know what I mean, until just to make the coin to take care of the kiddo. And then we thought we met a person, we were going to get married. Relationships is an assignment, right? But this person decided that after we bought a house and everything, that they didn't want to get married. I actually helped him buy the house, and he decided he didn't want to get married, so I had to move out of a house I helped him buy. Right. Don't worry about it. I only did it another time, like twice in my life, and it turned out the same way. Learn to invest in self, I say, right? But that right there, we end up taking the kiddos to college with us. And we were able to get our degree, and we worked and got the degree at the same time. So it was a whole thing. You are worthy here. Pour into yourself. And look, this see that things from a higher perspective just keeps coming out. Right? So this is the energy that I'm feeling. Don't forget that you are worthy, but this is speaking. See things from a higher perspective. Like, why could it be that you signed up to have some of the experiences that you are having, to connect with certain people that, probably were designed to teach you a lesson, to awaken you, to take you deeper on your journey, right? To show you a different perspective of self, to help you see you differently, is what it's given. And we definitely thought about that yesterday. Ooh, the present moment just flew out. Can you look at them two hands? Look at that connectivity. And that's what we were thinking about yesterday. Like, sometimes you just want somebody to hold. I'm hearing Michael Jackson and Akon, hold my hand. That's one of the lesser notes. I love that song. But it didn't get as much play as other songs. But anywho, it's definitely given physical touch and connection. Like, we can be spiritually strong and know that we are not alone. We can know that our spirit team is with us. The Most High is protecting us. We are always surrounded. But it's something about having physical touch. Yeah, right? Ain't that such a beautiful song, sis? Look, and it's just like this. Somebody to just show that compassion, that caring, that understanding. Right? That's what we're getting. Focusing on the now is the underlying principle of mindfulness. By keeping our full attention on the sights and sensations of the present moment, we stop our mind from wandering off on unhelpful tangents or towards issues that we cannot change. Something about issues that we cannot change. It's something in the past. Being attentive to what is right in front of us creates a clear and calm mind. It helps us notice and experience things that so often pass us by. It's something about balancing, it's something about being in the moment, it's something about, tuning your energy, calming the body down, the mind down, about being it's something about the energy that you are putting out. And I'm even hearing acknowledgement, right? Like, sometimes we need to acknowledge that, yeah, I desire this. I desire connection. I desire physical touch. I desire support. Or the lack of support bothers me, right? And it's like, well, what am I learning? Because that's where we went to, right? What am I learning from this track? How did I, get set up in position to meet the destiny because of the assignments, because of the things that we've gone through, the fact that we were designed to stand out, to be set aside, but also to go at it alone. And when I got to that point, it was like an overarching principle, like, I set you up, I set you aside, I raised you up, and gave you what you needed so that you have the strength to go at it alone, beloved. Like, that was the purpose. Can you see that? And I was like, yeah, I can see that. And then I said also, but it don't always feel good, beloved. It don't. It don't. Right? I can only imagine, like, certain people, who truly don't feel connected. Like you don't feel like you have any support. Like I get it. Being stuck is here. Challenge with the energy of being stuck. Can you clear it through invoking acceptance? Is what it's given. Right? I could be stuck in a mindset like nobody cares. Like this is what it is. Um, but if I accept the fact that, okay, I signed up for this, right? And I know that, going at it alone is going to be for a benefit, then I can move forward. I can accept the condition. I can accept the state. Look, confidence, and it's coming in reverse. So somebody does need to invoke confidence. And it could be, again, confidence in self, your ability to do it, that you can get through it. And that it probably isn't going to be like forever thing, right? It may not be for your entire journey that you are doing it by yourself. It could have been what you needed to ground you, to root you, to kind of, be a foundational characteristic to know that you can do it, to know yourself, beloved, is what is given. Like sometimes us being by ourselves in that hermit, it really teaches you who you are outside of like the expectations of other people, because when you're raised in your family, they see you as this and they feel like you're that, and they put all these expectations on you. Yeah, the paradox of change, the first thing is to accept the way that things are. It is. Actually, we don't. And if you're not a reader, I would question as to how do you think that you know that? Because this is a channel message. The spirit will give me the message and write it down. But this is testimony to Tarot, and we say that. So, um, a lot of times we go through these things to kind of, again, set us up for what we're supposed to do. If you were grown up and raised up in a tough environment, it was to strengthen you to do something very purposeful, and that's what it's given. Yeah, examining the ingredients, absolutely, right? Like sometimes we have to have, a kind of a look at it a little bit differently. Like we were the middle child, and sometimes my mother gave us an extra dose of attention because sometimes the middle child gets lost, and sometimes we were just lost. You know what I mean? It didn't happen. So we did find ways to kind of like comfort self, play with self. Like we're always playing with our spirit team because my sissy was 5 years older than me and my brother was 9 years younger than me. So who's in our bubble? Who's in our spirit? Nobody. All right. So we had cousins and stuff like that, but you know how that goes. That's like whether it's a weekly interaction every 2 weeks or whatever the case may be. So we spent a lot of time with self and had to learn who we are. And honestly, a lot of the conflict that we had was us holding on to ourself, to be our authentic self, but to be understood in it. Because we definitely were not understood. Calmness is here. Calm has been coming through, right, to remain calm. So I don't know what somebody's going through that where you feel, the energy of, chaos, and I'm hearing the word anxiety, right? Like somebody could definitely be anxious. It's definitely given a lack of confidence. And then we're getting anxiety, and it says managing goals here. So you may have a lot going on. So it's just kind of like we were feeling like sometimes you don't feel like you have that support, that connectivity, assistance, right? You have assistance in the spirit is trying to keep you strengthened so that you can persevere. But we know sometimes we can get weary. Oh wow, you're an identical twin and you still spend a lot of time alone. See? And you would think that twins like this, like you always have a playmate, like a friend for life, beloved. But even twins struggle with like their own identity. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Like getting to know your own interior space, your own identity. Because sometimes they look at twins like you're supposed to do everything the same and everything together and dress the same. And like you don't have your own unique personality, your own unique soul, your own unique signature, your own fingerprints, right? Like you may be genetically identical, but your soul space, your spirit is different. It's unique. It's not the same as the other person, and to establish your own identity, to know you separate from the other person could be a thing, and that's something that everybody goes through, right? Yeah, so it's something about being in that space where you may not have feel supported, and I'm getting the anxiety of managing goals, and it's like managing all this stuff by yourself, even if you are surrounded by other people. Look, Cancer just came out. Hey, Veronica, thank you so much, sister. Thank you, beautiful, for tapping in. I was just telling Michelle, who's in the building, about our collaborative live. So we just gave her a heads up. And look, and we're getting retrograde phases, right? So we were talking about Mercury retrograde. I think it's ending, so we'll be in the post shadow retrograde, energy. So expect communication to still be a little bit choppy for a while. You know what I mean? Still be mindful of any big decisions that you're making, especially if you're managing goals and you're doing it by yourself. You may not have anybody else to bounce this stuff off of. You may have to seek resources, right, from somewhere else. We literally were thinking about, okay, how do we arrange life to take care of the things that we either don't have currently the strength and body to do. Um, Y'all know yard work has been a challenge. We had a whole idea. Can we hire a man? I think I want to like solicit a whole bunch of men that's handy and create a company to like hire them out to women who don't have help around the house. So I was thinking about that. So I don't know. But because it's giving me managing goals as a thing. You're doing it by yourself, right? You have to stay determined and disciplined. You have to know who you are, right? And be very certain about that vision and maintaining the discipline to go at it, even if you don't have any additional support, beloved. So that's where we at with it. Whew. 7 pillars of manifestation. That's what we were down yesterday. So what are you manifesting? Your high is good. The vision, absolutely. Yes, look, see positive high vibrational frequency. And that's what we're reading from. The high vibes or deck, right? It's okay to feel what you need to feel. You can feel the lack of support. You can feel like you're doing it by yourself. You can sit in the realization of it, right? You can even realize that you signed up for it. Yeah, damn, I signed up to put myself through this obstacle test. Yeah, you did, right? So it's like, okay, so what are we gonna do about it? Because we feel a kind of way. Spirit said purge, right? It's okay to release the energy, to kind of give yourself grace and compassion during those times, right? And realize that what you need is going to be with you, and you can get through it if you stay in the present moment, right? When we are living in the past and we're thinking about, all of those past interactions and events, that can get heavy on the spirit. When we're thinking about the future and how we're going to achieve all of these goals that are here, managing these goals, that can get heavy on the spirit. We can be overwhelmed by the energy of the past and the energy of the future, and it detracts from the present moment, right? It takes us away from the magic and the gift that's happening right now, and it's something about affecting the heart, and it makes it anxious, right? So when your heart is anxious, you're emitting that anxiety, and what that does is pull in more anxiety. It affects what you're actually manifesting. So it is okay to feel what you need to feel, to acknowledge it, to recognize it, to take the lesson. Is definitely giving communication. You may even need to speak it. Speak it out to the spirit. And, tell the spirit, this is what I'm feeling. You know what I mean? And I need to understand it, or I just need you to help me through it, right? To comfort me through it, to give me the compassion that I need in order to persist and just be in this space, and then allow it to dissipate. It's giving, allow it to flow through you. Like, don't hold on to it. Speak it, acknowledge it, ask for the support that you need, right? And it's giving, allow it to flow through. For some reason, I'm hearing advocate. Like, this is another way that you can advocate for you. Right? It's okay to go to the spirit and say, you know, I feel this way and I need support in this way, and ask for it, to be very specific in what you're asking for. It's given absolute. It's given, you know, justice for somebody is coming. Scales are going to be balancing. But it's almost like we need to, I'm hearing almost like take some shit off the scale. Like, you need to offer it up. Like, offer all things up. It's given that. So, positive and high vibrational frequencies, high frequency vibration. To better comprehend positive and negative vibration, start by exploring the science behind vibrational energy. I know where you're going. Thank you so much for calling us back to that. There is another chakra that one of the members here, Queen, she sent me, and I was like, "Oh, that's so good. I need to research it." But we just watched, you know, a little bit of information on it, so we do want to mention it to you. Um, it goes with, and I feel like it's a thing because it's like meshing with all this other information. Go with your girl, y'all know it is. These ingredients, these pieces. So we talk about our chakras all the time, but there's more chakras behind besides the seven, right? Recently, we talked about our ear chakras, tuning your ear chakras so that you can hear. Your clear audience gift will expand. You can get clearer information, you know, audibles. Your hand chakras, like when we clap, we activate these hand chakras. Praising is important. Clapping and cheering is important. So even if you don't have anybody that's clapping and cheering for you, you cheer for you, right? It's an important thing to do, right? To just kind of applaud and cheer you. It activates your hands and amplifies the work of your hands. So remember to cheer for you. The next thing is, we always talk about how powerful your throat chakra is in the words that you say, because there's a vibrational frequency attached to it. And we just were informed of a chakra that's in between the throat chakra and the heart chakra. So we have what some people call it the higher heart chakra, and we've spoken about higher heart, but they termed it Azura, Azura A chakra, or something like that. And when you speak out, that chakra vibrates, right? And it's sending messages up. It's almost like a compass, like a point, like our shoulders that go across. It's like here and coming down. So it's like an intersection, right? And they were saying it's almost like a compass for the energy to flow. So that's why I'm so interested in it. But what it really drove me to is, if anybody does the mantra, if you do that, like if you, when you meditate, you do the meditation, you can feel the vibration right here. You can feel it like behind your vocal cords as they are resonating. That resonance, the resonance, is similar to the frequency or the humming of the universe, right? And it connects you to the Most High. It's like you are now vibrating, sending that vibrational frequency through the body, and it is meshing with the same vibrational energy of the universe. So you are tuning the vessel to the same frequency of the universe. And there's also a you could say then it's tat, sat. Those three vibrational frequencies align together when you are meditating. What it does is tell the universe, the infinite, that I am ready for you to inhabit. Like, I am an open vessel for you to use. It is giving your point of location, pretty much is what it's giving. It's something about sensitivity and being open, like expression to the universe that you are ready for them to inhabit. This is one of the meditative humming, like we would create that vibrational frequency, and you can actually feel it. The spirit was working with us through breath work in the and pushing that vibration all the way down through the root chakra, and it's like you could feel it expand all the way up and just kind of feel your cavity. And it's very look, the way that they explained it is healing. It tells the body to reorganize itself, right? So if you are dealing with any issues, right, it's given like you can use that as a vibratory frequency to help heal. You know how some people use sound resonance and sound frequency in healing, and that's a natural one. And then again, measures you with the vibrational frequency of the universe. So it is either higher heart chakra or Azura. I think is how they spelled it. I'll take the link from my Facebook and put it on the community page so that you guys can check it out if you're interested. But it's definitely a tactic. A lot of Buddhists, you know, when they meditate, they actually do that humming. So if you just try it, you definitely could feel that humming vibration in your throat, your chest, and if you, the deeper you go, you can move that vibration down the body. So we had to bring that. Thank you to the spirit for bringing back that vibration. It says, this understanding will allow you to become aware of your vibration levels. In cases where it's on a negative scale, you will know what actions to take to bring it back up, to lift your vibration up. Positive manifestation operates on a high level frequency. Yeah, doesn't that feel good? It's very shocking. Like when you really just think you take 10-15 minutes in meditation and sit there and just do that, just that, you can feel the energy resonating. And that sound itself is very particular. And then when you add tat sat on the end, you're speaking out saying that I'm available, I'm open, right? So very, very powerful. It says powerful manifestation operates on a high level frequency. Many emotions are associated with this level, such as happiness, joy, peace, abundance, gratitude, acceptance, love, and courage. Oh my goodness. Many emotions are associated with this level: happiness, joy, wholeness, abundance, gratitude, acceptance, love, and courage. How many is that? One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. That is at least 8 things that we could be grateful for. Just for the ability to feel those emotions, the ability to feel it is 9, and the fact that we are consciously aware of it is 10. So you can make a gratitude list just off of that. That's 10. And do things that magnify those emotions. What magnifies your joy? What magnifies your happiness? What magnifies your feeling of wholeness? What magnifies your feeling of abundance? Spirit took us to the refrigerator and opened it up, and we said thank you for everything that was in the fridge. You know what I mean? Very simple, but very true, because, you know, that's the whole thing. If the hot dog pack got 8 hot dogs in it, I'm grateful for each hot dog that's in the pack. You know what I mean? Like, it's that. It's giving gratitude on a very granular level. Right? If I could be grateful for each strand of hair on his head, how much gratitude is that? Right. I mean, like, it's when you think about ways to magnify that emotion. Because, baby, if these edges was gone, I might feel a kind of way about it. So I'm grateful that this hairline is intact. Okay, I'm just saying. You might have to think about things in a kind of way and and put some gratitude on it. I ain't justify. I'm just saying. Spirit says when you feel calm, you become aware and mindful of your experiences around you that help you instill calm and greater harmony, to instill more calm and more harmony. In short, the more you feel grateful for what you currently have, the more the universe will give you to be grateful for. Ashe, ashe. Right? And something else they want to bring. This one. All right. Release attachments. Release the attachment. And we talk about detachment all the time. Our favorite principle, our favorite spiritual law of success. As humans, we crave control in every aspect of our lives. If somehow we lose it, we feel defeated, as if we're not used to getting our way one way or another. Through the manifestation journey, it is effortless to get ahead of ourselves and hold a tight leash on the results. We want our dreams to show up in our physical reality so badly that we forget to have fun and enjoy the process. Y'all, they just gave me a download. Somebody, again, that determination. You talking about being a person and having to do it by yourself, get yourself up every day. You know, you the one that got to make a way because whatever is going on in the family, you ain't got the support, I say. It's given like if you don't do what you need to do, then you will never realize this vision that the spirit has given on to you. You won't break the cycle. You won't get out of this condition. So I don't know who grew up like that or had that type of experience. I know that we did, but it led to some control issues. Huh? What? Because we had already knew that we had to take it in our hands and do it. We had to take the reins, take the bull, and put some control on it and drive this thing forward. Because if we didn't do it, it wasn't gonna get done for us. Shit, it wasn't nobody sitting there cheerleading. We didn't have no rollout. It wasn't no balloons. It wasn't no come on and get up and go. And you gotta shit. If you didn't get your ass up and go do it, in some situations, these kids, they don't be having that. Like I know a person who literally had to get themselves up every single day. They had to make sure they were fed because there wasn't nobody to cook. They had to make sure that they washed their own clothes. And you talking about by 9 years old? I see 9 and 9 up here. Like my mother was the same way. My grandmother passed, so she was the oldest girl. All that responsibility fell down to her. You talking about having control, unable to release if it don't turn out the way that I think it should be because I did it that it should be just like that, and when it don't it's like crumble. What? Look, 10, 11. Yeah, 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 to be very independent. And when you're very independent and you're the person you're constantly going for it and going for it and driving and driving and driving and driving and driving, we can become stubborn. You had to take care of yourself, yeah, and your brothers. Look, that it's a good thing because it creates character and strength and courage and resiliency, the ability to shoulder a lot, to move forward with determination, right? You have to, but two things: we could lose ourselves, and we can is hyper independence, gain control issues. Right? I have a very hard time trusting that somebody else is going to do it. And if they do it, it might not necessarily be right. It took me years to be able to accept that a person can do a thing, they can take on a task, clean the kitchen, easy, right? But baby, I'm talking about if I could lean down and look at that cabinet the way that my countertop, the way my mama taught me, and get eye level with it and not see crumbs, oh, I'm throwing a fit. Oh my goodness. Yes. You were talking about I got to double check because you ain't doing it right. You know what I mean? Like it's giving that. So how do we release attachment? How do we release control, right? How do we get to the point where we can go with the flow? How do we stay in the present moment, right? How are we grateful for what is and understanding that what I have is just enough? Bring your way through delegation, yeah, because it'd be like, look, I should have just did it myself. Like if this is what you was gonna do, I should have just. Sometimes I can't even think about living with another person. Cause look, we got blessed and she on her way out in a minute, like she on her last leg, and I'm like, whoo, cause I. Why did you have to put it like that? Why? That girl is like she pulls me out of myself all the time. She do. But it's like, can you release? Can you detach? Right? Because if we cannot detach and we feel like we need to control how something gets done, then we are stifling the universe. We are not truly open to its help and everything that it needs to bring on to us. We don't even allow ourselves to be vulnerable, to accept help when we need it. Because one, I've learned that people don't come through. One, I ain't got nobody to fucking ask. Who am I gonna ask? Who? Just told y'all, we were literally in the ER yesterday, and you know the scariest thing that we thought about? It was like, nobody's even gonna know that we're here. If it's something serious, like what if I got internal bleeding and they have to fix something and rush me to surgery? Nobody's even gonna know that I'm here. I don't even have anybody to come and pick me up. Like if they have to give me some anesthesia or something like that and I'm being released, nobody's gonna be there to come and even get me. And it really brought it home, like how significant it is to have some sort of connectivity and support system around you for just in case. And I was like, damn, Spirit, I must have thought I was a G for real if I signed up to do this by myself. Like, seriously. The law of detachment coming through. The law of detachment. So, we are detaching from the fear that we are unsupported, right? That we don't have connectivity. There is somebody. We may not know them yet, but they're coming, and we're just gonna rest in the present moment, knowing that we're cared for, we're safe. And the worst that our mind could imagine was just it. It was a fear. It was a false expectation that appeared to be real, but it wasn't. And all of those thoughts that went through my head made me realize something about self. It made me see it from a higher perspective. It made me think about the relationships. It made me be honest with myself on some things. And it's getting like taking things off the scale, transmuting it, allowing myself to come back to balance and actually think about, yeah, everything in life is all right. Right now, it is all right. Even if I feel like, I could have more support or more connectivity, at the end of the day, I thought about it, I was like, honestly, you're not ready. Like to go into a relationship with another person, you're not ready. I know I'm not. Why? Because I got trust issues. I got trust issues. I do. I know I got trust issues. I'll be looking at people like, why are you here? Yeah, that feeling of isolation. Yeah, yeah. That's what I was saying. See, ladies in remote and rural locations, this shit that be needing to be done. I'm telling y'all, I'm thinking about it. Like, how can I gather up some able-bodied, strong men? I'm telling you, Veronica, I'm looking for my farmer man, that the dude, so that we can hire them out. Yeah. Look. I ain't. First of all, I ain't looking for shit. I ain't looking for no love. I know that I am it. So we know that we are love. And when we're ready, we will attract it. Right? And all of these situations come to show me where I'm at in the process. Right? It's giving me that. I feel like this little lock is doing something. But it's giving me that. Like, I don't want to attract in from a place where, I'm just anxious about connecting. Right? Because being anxious about connecting and having somebody there with me just to hold my hand, right? It definitely could call in somebody that shouldn't be in my life. Oh, wow. See, when you got a girlfriend that when first off, when you say you're not allowed to do something, oh, that's control. That's control. No. See, that's what I'm saying. I got issues. You can't come in here and tell me what I can wear, what I can and cannot wear. I had a boyfriend come in and throw away all my fucking clothes. Like, you can't wear that shit no more. What the fuck do you mean I can't wear it? I was wearing it when I met you. When we went out on a date, that's a look, right? Okay? Don't do that. Right? I got problems with people want to come in and tell me Yeah, but the damage is done. Yeah, absolutely. They not together no more. Yeah, because that control is a mother. You can't come in and tell me where I can and cannot go. I don't want you coming in and you want requiring me to be shit for you that you need to be for yourself. It's difficult these days, right? Right. We are becoming whole ourselves and realizing our own wholeness and the things that we are for other people or we pour into other people are things that we need to be doing for self. Again, I don't help people. I don't help two in relationships by two houses. You know how many properties I could own by now? So when I think about that, it's like, oh, you had some misplaced energy. It's something about your currency and your energy you were misplacing and you was giving it out freely. The things that you should have been giving on to self, you giving out to other people. So that's another lesson that we thinking about. Like, pour into you. Make sure that you're good, that you're stable, that you are realizing the highest version of yourself. You know yourself, you're determined, you can go at it, and you can do it alone. It may not always feel good. You may want the connectivity, you may want somebody to hold your hand, but the fact that you're able to go at it alone and do it alone is doing something in terms of how you're supposed to fulfill your destiny. It's giving you some sort of character development, the strength, the courage, the resiliency, the tenacity. But I'm getting it's only for a little while. That is not your complete journey. You will not do this alone in like that single season error. It's given like we need to stop and recognize one, we probably signed up for this. Why? Because our soul knew that we could take the challenge, we can get through it, we can overcome every obstacle, that it was going to be the best way to develop us, right? In order to be strengthened to bear the yoke that you were getting ready to carry. You signed up to carry the mantle. So therefore you have to be able to go further. Yeah. Huh. You can't have opposite gendered friends when you're in a committed relationship. Yeah, that's a trip. I don't look. Don't come into my life trying to tell me who I could be friends with. That's what I'm saying. Like we it's gonna take a real special person. They are very unique and just like us. Right. So it's gonna take a minute. Spirit says, where we starting? It says, without uncertainty in the unknown, life is just a still repetition of outworn memories. So, look, without uncertainty. So somebody is in the space of uncertainty, like you don't really know like how this thing is gonna end, like we all are. We don't know how this thing is gonna end. So it's like we don't know what's coming in the future. We can have the vision, we can hold on to it, but how it's gonna happen, what's in the journey, we really don't know. So we kind of just have to, allow it to be. And if everything stayed the same day in and day out, day in, that is one of the things that be like, okay, that Monday through Friday, we get up, we do the routine, we go to work, we do this, we do that, that, and it's the same. It can get stale, it can get boring, it can be so uninspiring, so unmotivational. It is like, oh, we need something to shake it up, to break up the monotony, right? It's giving that. I'm hearing like Summertime, like by Fresh Prince, something to break up the monotony, like something fresh, something vibrant, again, expanding on the happiness, the joy, and it's like, tuning yourself to be magnetic to draw more of those experiences in, more adventure, more spontaneity. But adventure and spontaneity comes with uncertainty and it comes with adversity. So it's always going to be the paradigm. It's the polarity. When we get into the groove and everything is set and you have it's stable, it can become monotonous and it can become what we consider to be boring. That's the other side of it. When we are leaning into spontaneity and adventure, it comes with that uncertainty and it comes with that adversity. It's the other side of it. Everything has polarity. And I'm getting that's the difference so that we can see each other. And you can choose how you meet it, right? Am I meeting the adversity and be like, oh, this is a challenge, it gives me the opportunity to learn something, to rise to the occasion, I know that I can overcome it, I can meet the challenge of the day. Shit, I've been meeting challenges my whole life cycle, I say. Like, we was born into challenges and we overcame all of that, so I get to look back and be like, oh, this is the evidence of faith I'm sitting in today. We were able to make the way, the spirit made the way, and we're here today, right? It's given that. Or are you going to be like, oh, this is just another thing, another weight that's on my back? You know what I mean? Every time I turn around, something else is coming, something else is happening. It is all about our mindset and how we're going to receive it. It's okay to feel what you need to feel, beloved. It's what the Spirit said. It's okay to feel it, to speak it, to express it, and then to transmute the energy of it. Be honest with yourself, right? Honesty. Honest with yourself, honest with the spirit. They already know what you're feeling. They already know. So there's no need for us to lean into toxic positivity and be like, everything is fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. No, if you're not fine, you're not fine. You know, and it's okay to say that I'm not okay. It's okay to say that I need connection and support today. It's okay to be like, man, I wish somebody was here to hold my hand, you know, and move through that present moment. See it from a higher perspective. Cancer is symbolized by the crab, which seeks shelter in its own shell. Are you a person that withdraws and retreats into self to seek shelter within you? Right? It says cancers feel most supported in the comfort of their own home. Are you a homebody and you feel more comfortable by yourself? Like, just like in your space? Like, you got this protection around you, and inside you know that you are safe, right? Known for being intuitive, sensitive, and attuned to the cycles of the moon, they are often artistically and musically inclined. We definitely are like very artsy, right? It says they are extremely loyal and protective of those they care about, so much so that it can be hard to pull them away from their loved ones. I'm getting release attachments, the ability to detach. Don't you dare mess with one of their friends or family, or else you'll get those pictures, is what is given. You know what else is crazy about crabs? You can put a crab in water, and as long as you slowly turn the heat up, they is giving, it's either, what is it? Is it a frog or a crab? I think it's crabs, but it might be frogs too, so don't get me wrong. But it's something about slowly turning the temperature up, and they don't try to get out. Like, they sit there, right? And it's giving me frogs, so I'm not sure. But it's definitely giving me the energy of like somebody being put in hot water and learning how to be tempered, how to take the heat, like how to tolerate a certain level of heat. Um, and the spirit is kind of turning it up slowly. So it's given like you went through a lot of adversities in childhood in these situations to teach you how to accept a certain amount of pressure. And you may go through relationships with people who apply pressure. And it's like more pressure, more pressure, more pressure. And it gets like, okay, creating the diamond in the rough energy. But it's like at some point we get to like, damn, how much pressure can I take? How much can I carry on my own? I'm managing all of these goals. I'm trying to make things happen. I'm doing it by myself. I don't feel supported. And it's maybe like retreating into you, because that's the only place where you feel comfortable is with you. You know that you won't let you down. You know that you are generally able to achieve the results that you are looking for. You've learned to do it by yourself, very independent, but somebody could become hyper independent and very mistrusting about delegating or allowing other people to come in and help you. It's given like maybe, you know, even from a soul contract perspective, because we thought about this, like, you know, in our past life cycle, we could have had an immense amount of help. We could have had helicopter parents that did everything for us. Like we could have had siblings, like we could have been the youngest, the baby, right? And the baby is spoiled and everybody does everything for the baby, right? It's giving that type of energy. How do I know in my past life cycle that wasn't the thing? That I wasn't so surrounded with support that in this life cycle, my soul was like, okay, let's do the opposite thing. We're gonna go in a situation where we feel unsupported, we feel invisible, we feel like there is nobody around to help you do anything. You're gonna be able to do it all by yourself. And that hit my sacral, that hit the kingdom, right? It's given like, how do you know that this isn't the challenges that you need simply to just grow your soul? Every day you can look for the excitement of what may occur in the field of all possibilities. So get into the energy of accepting uncertainty. Every possibility exists. When you experience uncertainty, you are on the right path. You're on the right path when things are uncertain. So don't give up. You don't need to have a complete and rigid idea of what you'll be doing next week or next year, because if you have a very clear idea of what's going to happen, you get rigidly attached to it. So, yes, we have our visions, three lines, like we hold it, but don't be rigidly affixed to how you think it's supposed to come about, beloved. The journey to it could be very different. The relationships that you need in order to manifest it could be way different. It could be you connecting to a person just for a little bit. Right, it could be just for a season for that specific reason, right? So be able to go with the flow and detach. Allow the universe to work. It says the law of detachment does not interfere with the law of intention and desire. So again, you have the vision, you have the intention, you have the desire. But detaching from how it comes out, it doesn't interfere with the intention and desire itself. It doesn't affect with the goal setting. And that's what we were getting, managing goals, right? The ability to manage all things. And self-image is behind managing goals. So somebody may need to work on adjusting or releasing what they consider their self-image. How you see yourself, don't even be affixed and attached to that, because it could morph, it could change. As you step towards your destiny, you're becoming a different person. And if you stay fixed to who you think you are, beloved, then you may not be allowing the change and metamorphosis that you need in order to meet the destiny. That's a part of the journey. It says you still have the intention of going in a certain direction and you still have a goal. However, between point A and point B, there are infinite possibilities. Infinite. With uncertainty factored in, you might change direction in any moment if you find a higher ideal or if you find something more exciting. You can change, right? It's giving flexibility. Something that us with control issues may be working to acquire, right? Shadow work, that's okay, right? You are also less likely to force solutions on problems. Don't force solutions. When you force a solution, you're only making another problem. You should not have to force anything. It should flow easy, right? Not to say you don't have to exert some effort and stay determined, right? But you shouldn't have to force it. It says the law of detachment accelerates the whole process of evolution. When you detach, you allow yourself to evolve, to change. Your situation evolves, your situation changes. When you understand this law, you don't feel compelled to force solutions. When you force solutions on problems, you only create new problems. That's what they said. But when you put your intention on uncertainty, you witness the uncertainty while you expectantly wait for the solution to emerge out of the chaos and out of the confusion. We'll read that again because that's a lot. When you put your attention on uncertainty, you witness the uncertainty while you expectantly wait for the solution to emerge out of the chaos and the confusion. Then what emerges is something very fabulous and very exciting. This state of alertness, your preparedness, is in the present field of uncertainty, meets with your goal, that's that meeting. It meets with your goals. So it says, in this state of alertness, your preparedness, you being prepared, everything that you went through to prepare you. You know yourself, you're determined, you have the ability to go at it alone, you are resilient, you are courageous, right? You are tenacious, you are assertive, you have the vision, and you are convicted, you know you are confident. Or maybe not, because confidence is in reverse. Like, get confident, right? Stay calm, be confident, right? You're prepared. And when that preparedness, it will meet your goal and intention, and it allows you to seize the opportunity. Opportunity, again, meeting preparedness, that's what people consider luck, right? That's what they consider luck. I've been prepared. Here's the opportunity, preparedness, and opportunity meeting. They consider that lucky. It's not lucky. It is actually everything that has happened before what you were doing, all that leg work and the journey before this present moment. And as you were journeying, coming forward, your vision, your destiny is coming forward towards you. It is coming in to meet you. Once you have that perspective, higher perspective, once you have that perspective, you open up to a whole range of possibilities. And this keeps the mystery, the wonder, the excitement, and the adventure alive, beloved. So, today, they're giving us number 2. This one right here. It says, I will factor in uncertainty as an essential ingredient in my experience. In my willingness to accept uncertainty, solutions will spontaneously emerge out of the problem, out of the confusion, the disorder. The more uncertain things seem to be, the more secure I will feel, because uncertainty is my path to freedom. Through the wisdom of uncertainty, I will find my security. And it's given root chakra, confident, that's in here, right? In reverse, to correct that. It's given like you're going on the unbeaten path, right? If you are the person that is getting up, getting yourself dressed, taking care of your siblings, getting them dressed and out the door, finding, that's walking to graduation by themselves. You've discovered who you are, right? You know who you can be. You have this vision, and you know you can get there by yourself. Oh, thank you so much, Miss Monica. That lets me know that the spirit did what they came to do, right? You're going first. So your path is not laid out by other people who have necessarily gone before you. You're walking into uncertainty. You're taking this adventure. And we can look at it as, anything is going to happen. But I trust that I can get through it. I have enough in me to know that I can proceed. And it's just that knowingness that I have enough in me, greater that is within me, that is in the world. I have enough in me to proceed. And if I can proceed, I can always get through this present moment. It's going to take me to the next moment, through the next moment, through the next moment. And we just keep stepping and moving forward. Before we know it, we'll be at our destination. We'll be at our destiny. And look what the wonderful things we will have experienced and learned along the way. And we don't know what's going to come into us by simply going our own way. Shit, we could have been sitting up in that hospital yesterday, thinking about not having somebody to hold our hand and run across a doctor or some shit and be like, where's your family, beloved? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just be open. I mean, we had to feel what we felt, and we had to purge it because it gave us that revelation. Just saying. Even if in this day we are grateful for the relationships that we do have. And which was weird because last thing that I'm getting from, I'm protected by the source. So you're always with the Most High. and you're protected, right? So you can go the way that you need to go. You are a light onto the world. Yeah. You know what? You are filled by love. You are fulfilled by love. You are it. Um, we were laying in a bed, and all of a sudden my phone rang. We were in the ER, and we were thinking about this, right? The phone rang, and it was my cousin who was driving the car when we were in the accident, and he was just like, "Cuz, I just wanted to call and see if you were okay." And I was like, "Wow, how did you know? Like, what made you call me right now? Because I'm always curious." And we talked about telepathy very recently. How did you know? Right? He was like, "You were just on my mind. I just needed to call you and check in and see if you were okay." And I was like, "That's funny because I'm in the ER, right? I went to urgent care today. I wasn't feeling well, and they sent me to the ER." He was like, "Wow," because something just told me that I needed to call you and check in. You are fueled by love, right? You are love, and love fuels you, right? So honestly, I was very grateful that for some reason it hit his spirit to call me, right? And it's funny because my cousin is a Cancer. He is a Cancer energy. That's his sun sign. He's a June Cancer. I'm a July Cancer, but it is, he's also a Cancer. So it is giving, right? It's giving a little bit emotional, right? It's giving like being protecting your emotions because you know you're a little bit quite a bit emotional. It's giving very soft, like jelly filled in the inside, so you can have this hard exterior, or you may have developed a hard exterior to protect yourself because you know you're so soft in the inside, right? And Cancer Libra is here, you know what I mean? So it's definitely something about balancing the scales, things being balanced out. Retrograde energy. Know that you are worthy. So with this confidence coming up in reverse week, like your worthiness means everything. And I'm getting like needing a big downpour. We've been talking about spiritual downpour. We've been talking about people being rejuvenated by the rain, the storm, going out there and playing in it, like splashing around, kick around in the puddles. Don't be afraid to get wet is what it's given, right? And freedom brings freedom. And it's crazy because we saw the detachment come out, right? Detaching from some of those past situations, relationships, whether it's relationship with self and who you believe that you are, to break the chains from the past and release yourself to forgive everything that was in it. Whether it was childhood, the challenges, the adversity, whether it was parent wounds who was there to support you when you were young, to cheer for you, to uplift you, is given that. It's given, like, you see how the butterflies are a different color. Now they're black, right? Is given that shadow energy. On the relationships or assignments card, the butterflies are yellow, right? And it's almost like, being able to transmute the energy of those relationships. And now it's giving me breaking the chains from those relationships. They were assignments. What were they doing for you? One, we contracted to have them, right? They're a part of our contract, they're a part of our karma, right? And it's also the learning that took place, the mirroring. What did it do for you? It prepared you, right? It gave you resiliency, it gave you independency, it gave you autonomy. Maybe you need to advocate a little bit differently, because I am getting using your throat chakra and speaking up for self, even speaking in the spirit, right? So, like, what is it? See, surrounded by angels. Are you speaking to your spirit team? Are you expressing, like, you know what? I've broken the chains, or I've been freed from these relationships. I feel like I'm a little by myself. I feel unsupported, but I know that I'm surrounded by my angel teams, my angel team, or my team of angels. You can tell them how you feel. You can express it. And you can ask for the comfort that you know you truly desire, the connectivity, or even the healing as to why you feel like, you shouldn't have it, why you need to protect yourself, right? I got to do it by myself, because if I don't, it won't be done right. Heal my mistrusting nature. Everybody that I connect to, they hurt me, right? Help me with my boundaries, right? Forgive myself for the lack of boundaries or inappropriate boundaries. You know, forgiving. It frees us up so that we can fully be present in the moment. And reminded by the angel of love, I want to see this. I want to be able to see that comment. She holds her heart gently and gives me that she can hide her heart, protects herself. Yeah, yeah, it's definitely giving that. Like hiding your heart and protecting yourself. Yeah, see, look, take the weight of the world off your shoulders. It's giving somebody who has learned to do everything by themselves. Right? You learned to do it by yourself because you didn't have anybody to help you with it, Ashe. That's what it's giving. Oh yeah. See, offering your heart fully. I am fulfilled by love. Yeah. We gotta go, y'all. Look, living with purpose brings me prosperity. Living with purpose. And that's what I'm getting, like moving towards your purpose. A person that was born and knew that they had purpose beyond what they were seeing in their current environment, right? Purpose and prosperity. And we get generosity. See, you may not have had a lot of people to give to you, but I'm getting that you're very generous. And I'm also getting that feeling of loneliness, right? And it's from heartbreak, right? But it hasn't been cleared yet because it's upside down. But we do see confusion. It's given honesty is the best policy. It's given clarity. So you may know, right? And we were getting the energy of lethargy. And we see stagnation, right? Like the energy of being stuck, and we saw stuck, so now we see being stuck. I was getting lethargic, and we're getting stagnation. And we also see support, trust. And this card, I don't know if y'all can see it, but it says support. We said trust, that's a challenge, and support is in reverse, feeling unsupported. Clear insecurity, that's in reverse. That's a root chakra issue. A lot of times we hold on to control because we don't feel secure, we don't feel comfortable. Right? We don't feel secure and we don't feel comfortable. This one. A conjunction is here. A conjunction is when two planets are within 0 to 3 degrees of each other within the same exact sign. It says the major aspect is like a mega super glue between two planets. Conjunctions are no joke. They can be really intense since two planets are sharing a small space. If the planets have complementary energies, this could be beneficial. Otherwise, this supercharged aspect could be a difficult one to navigate. So 0 to 3 degrees, if you're a Cancer, then somebody could be, what is that, Taurus, right? So Cancer, Gemini, Taurus, that's 3 degrees. Then Cancer, Leo, Virgo could be it. Is it Virgo? I think so. Yeah, and look, Saturn. Saturn return energy is heavy. Saturn is often considered the father of the cosmos, right? It's associated with discipline and responsibility, heavy responsibility, as it teaches us hard lessons and pushes us toward the right path. Right path energy. Whether we like it or not, Saturn helps us learn from the previous mistakes as we embark on future projects, encouraging us to stay toward our destiny. Be determined, even if you feel like you have to go at it alone, beloved. Saturn is also associated with our personal karma, holding us accountable for our past decisions and helping us learn from them. Yeah. Saturn return. And we talked about freeing yourself from your past karma. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is key. It helps you break the chains. And I'm also seeing a card in the mindful messages that says releasing anger, and they have the chains. It's like unchaining yourself. Past decisions, past issues in general. This is the year of releasing. Release yourself so that you can continue to go forward and meet your destiny, beloved. Don't get upset because you don't feel like you have the support. I'm getting that it's coming. You going through this space and going through it alone and feeling alone could be because one, you may have been overly generous and you need to protect that or establish some sort of boundaries. Learning how to trust yourself is a thing, and clearing the energy of stagnation. The people that are supposed to be with you will be with you, but it may be that you need to go in a different direction to continue to go on an unbeaten path, to walk in that uncertainty, and everything that you need will be waiting. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Tears and We Tarot Show, where you show enough never know what you're going to get. We podcasting now, and I thank y'all so much for all of the comments. I enjoyed the conversation, and continue it. Once the video posts, please go back and watch it if you feel like it's something in it that you just want need to get, because it's a little bit meaty, a little bit heavy, and leave some conversational pieces, and we can pick it up and continue forward. I love you just like I love me. I do, because that's my capacity, but it's growing and expanding on a daily, and I thank you for growing and expanding with me. I love you just like I love the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the ending that made us all to be, the infinite intelligence breathing, because the word lives, beloved, and don't let anybody tell you anything different. To the next now. Ashe, beloved.